Hi everyone, welcome to May's Alchemy Scopes. I am thrilled to be with you outside. I just finished doing the majority of the spreads out here in nature. And I have to tell you right now, I'm filming this at virtually the exact point of the new moon on April 18th, which is informing this next 30-day trajectory that we're all moving into. And so it feels really good to be filming this then, because it's going to imbue this video with that symbology. The Sabian symbol for the 28-degree Aries new moon is the music of the spheres. Now, the music of the spheres is a delicious symbol. It is a big symbol. It's appropriate. As we've moved past this recent birth canal and as we're flowing into this empowered reality state of our pure potentiality, the music of the spheres is reminding us that the holonic realities of life, from cell to body to planet to solar system to galaxy to universe to multiverse, etc., etc., etc. There's multiple holonic realities within the planet and within us. That every holonic reality, every whole within the whole, operates in resonance, in harmonic resonance. There is a harmony to the holonic reality of reality. And a note that if you're experiencing dissonance, which many of you might be, I know for a fact that a lot of clients are experiencing plenty of dissonance because there's a lot moving in our lives. There's dissolving of relationships, money, jobs, houses, etc. I mean, it goes on and on. The last many years have been like that. The last many months have been like that. It is going to exacerbate. For those that aren't aware of the resonance of the harmonic realities of reality and who are not tuning in to those realities, indeed, there will be more dissonance that you're going to experience. So you're required to really wake up to these realities and honor the processes at hand. Know that the dissonance is serving you. The dissonance is a guide to tell you what is no longer in harmony with your soul. If something has become dissonant, if something is starting to break away, allow it. Allow it to break away. It's no longer resonant with what your soul is birthing, with where you're needing to go. Does that make sense? It is brilliant that there's dissonance. Let there be dissonance because it's informing what doesn't work anymore. And for the things that are dissolving, that you're clinging to, that you're not wanting to see go away, let them dissolve, because they wouldn't break away if they were serving your soul optimally. They wouldn't. And it could be that they're going to come back into your life, or the thing will come back into your life. Then let that happen. This is a chapter of us loving ourselves, of knowing the reality of a reality, understanding that everything is cooperative, intelligent, and interconnected, that everything serves function, that nothing is random, nothing is meaningless, nothing doesn't serve the greater benefit. See, that's the whole thing about holism. That's the whole thing about The Alchemist Awakens. That's the whole thing about my website, The Alchemy of Holism. It is the fact that holistic realities inherently serve for benefit. Nothing ever serves for detriment. It just doesn't exist. It doesn't exist in living systems. So once you know that, then trust becomes your foundation of reality, and you can go through events after events, and you're going to let them happen, because you're going to see that the things that are unfolding are representing the reflection that you need to see in order to grow yourself. And then once you get to see things clearly, and when you attend to the calling and grow yourself, then you're able to actualize your power in a new way. How juicy is that? So that's enough for now, maybe more to come, but for now, let's move into the individual scopes. So let's take a look at the I Ching hexagram that came up for you to reflect your microcycle, the theme which you might be experiencing this month. You received 25 innocence, and again I'm reading this from the Visionary I Ching. The two trigrams that make up this particular hexagram are sky above, thunder below. Innocence implies a natural harmlessness, openness, and pure intentions which are unsullied by ulterior motives. The state of innocence has less to do with age than attitude. Innocence springs from a heart that remains open to joy and wonder. Innocence, when guided by a firm faith in what is right, brings supreme success. Naivete, unanchored by the ability to discern right from wrong, on the other hand, brings misfortune. The hallmark of innocence is a willingness to treat all creatures with compassion and respect. Those who possess a pure heart are best guided by their instincts and intuition. Thinking too much severs links with the guidance of the heart, namely a clear intuition and strong guiding instincts. Be wary of courses of action that require too much cleverness. Hi Gemini, welcome to May 2015 Alchemy Scope for you. As these are intended to do, to be posted by the new moon that starts the new monthly cycle, this will indeed be posted either on or the day after the new moon, which is April 18th. And this is, of course, the cycle that starts the new stories for the next 30 days. So let's get right into it. As you can see, I've already laid out my spread. If you have tuned in before, you know that I use my 144 card series deck that I've created. I use that most prevalently, although I use different decks as well. This month, I added a card, a major arcana from the tarot. I'm using the Wizard's Tarot here to reflect events over the course of the month, week by week. This is a big month for you, Gemini. I'm not going to lie. There's some intensity coming up. So let's talk about this, and then we'll shuffle and pull the archetype guidance, and then, the Ascended Master guidance, and then we'll shuffle and pull the archetype embodiment that wants to be activated within you. There is something this month, Gemini, that ends for you. You're going to come upon some endings, or an ending that's significant. Whatever ends, whatever stops, whatever goes away is manifesting a rare, special, necessary, emotional manifestation. It's so that new birth can come very, very clearly, so that there is a death and rebirth going on here. It is so that something amazing can be manifested emotionally. This is actually very specifically referring to your emotional body, by the way. You have resistance. You're going to feel like you have a lot of resistance about what is the optimal thing to be happening to you. You're not going to like it. But you have to know that everything that occurs has function. It's serving you. It's how nature works. Nothing happens that doesn't serve the bigger picture. It just doesn't work that way. So this is a teaching opportunity for you. This particular chapter is preparing you. I'm going to move these around because that's what the message is. This particular chapter of time is preparing you for what you desire. It is a teaching time. This is not going to necessarily be the easiest month for you. So let's take a look at week by week, okay? So week 1, you got the Tower. And if you're familiar with the Tarot, you know that the Tower is about, catalyzing awakening. It's about radical insight. Actually, this card really is about deep insight. This is a spiritual card. I always utilize the original meanings for the major arcana. And when I say original, I'm referring to the raw materials and the information that came forward about the archetypal mind and the function of the tarot. The tarot is an ancient teaching tool for human beings and their development. The Tower is radical spiritual insight. So indeed, with this happening, I do believe that what's going to be occurring for you starting the first week of May, which is actually starting at the new moon, which is April 18th, for a lot of you out there, not for everybody, but there will be some catalyzing event that where you will have something go away, and it will, you know, it'll disrupt you. The second week, you have Judgment that comes up. And the original meaning for Judgment is responsibility. It is a testing time. It is a time where you will be called to be accountable for your own life, for your own mind, for your own emotions, for your own situation, to be really held accountable for your own life. So you will be tested, and this is about responsibility. This is about developing responsibility. It is a teaching time that is in fact optimal. You have resistance about what is optimal and what's not optimal with things ending, but it is optimal. Then in the third week, you have the Emperor come. And the Emperor is, it's about nobility, actually, and nobility of the mind specifically. If we look at the three tiers of mind, body, spirit complex, and how the tarot lays out and how it informs the spiritual journey of the soul, the Emperor is in the mind, the first tier of the mind. Judgment and the Tower are in the spiritual tier. They're at the bottom. So this is about nobility of mind. This is about advancing, evolving your mind to the point where you're able to see and understand that what is happening is preparing you for something that, that you desire, that you want down the road. It's preparing you for new delicious birth, a new rare manifestation of a new emotional body, a new way of being and responding to the world. And then the fourth week, you have the Hanged Man coming up. And the Hanged Man is, this is about surrender, deep surrender to process, deep surrender of what's happening, what's at play, what's going on, and being illuminated by it, being enlightened by it, allowing the catalyzing event to illuminate you, surrendering to the process. So and again, this is a general reading. This is not going to affect every Gemini out there, but it could be that a majority of Geminis out there are going to be experiencing some event that will put them into a deep spiritual process, a beautiful one. I have to say, this is quite gorgeous. I mean, it could be challenging, right? But ultimately, it's the more profound experiences that drive us, the hardest to get to those evolved places of self that are so calling. So Gemini, I mean, it's really to be honored in a way. The harder the processes, it's really almost an honoring event, because it means that there's more potential within us, to come out. So look at this. Come out of the closet. Amaterasu. And I'm going to read from Doreen Virtue's book here. So come out of the closet. Let's see what she says here. I don't get this one very often, so this is actually quite beautiful. Okay, so Doreen writes, it's time for you to make your real feelings and beliefs known. See, this is interesting because there's a new emotional thing that wants to come out with you. And so this is kind of interesting. So make your real feelings and belief known. This card asks you to reveal who you really are to yourself and to others. This may involve having a heart-to-heart discussion, with a loved one, or allowing other people to see your true nature. You will be spiritually supported in this process, and the Ascended Masters will help you to be lovingly honest. As a result of coming out of the closet, your relationships will deepen because you'll know that you're loved for who you really are. And then some additional meanings. Let go of judgments about yourself or others. Speak your truth with love. Allow others to get to know the real you. Trust that your authentic self is lovable and likable. The more authentic you are, the higher the energy and success for all of your projects. So definitely being clean, clear, authentic, and aligned with your emotions is the guidance, the Ascended Master guidance for you this month. Very good. So let's see what archetype quality set wants to come out within you this month. What's asking to be evolved within you this month. And you get Monk Nun. Let me read it and I'll show you the card. So the lower frequency attributes, the lower frequency manifestation of Monk Nun. Negative judgment of the physical world. It's this. Excess piety. So there's a judgment about what's happening. And then the lighter, the high frequency manifestations. Selfless devotion to and single-minded dedication to spirit. Selfless devotion and single-minded dedication to spirit. You are walking a spiritual path this month, no question. Honor it. It's serving you, I promise. Okay, so let's see, Gemini, what else we have for you this month. Hi, Gemini. So let's move on to your Dakini. This particular goddess is coming forward for you to reflect the embodiment for you that would optimally serve your growth, your bliss, and your ability to flow through this cycle if you were to embody her. You received number 48, Algea. In the primal soup where water mixes with earth, Algea replicates, creating matter. Who is Algea? Algea is the Dakini who dwells within and activates in the primal ooze of creation. She is the raw material holding the building blocks of all terrestrial life. She is the embodiment of all the algae, the microbial and microchondria that take sunlight and translate it into matter. She is Mud Woman. She contains all microbial worlds. She contains and is host to all these microbial beings, which are the rich soup of existence. She makes you confront your reactions to what is perceived as clean and dirty. She is mistress of photosynthesis. So this is interesting. Clean and dirty also came up for another sign, that theme. And photosynthesis, translating one thing into another thing, a very alchemic journey. So in one way, you are called to be the alchemist this month. Really beautiful. If you'd like to read more about Algea, the online library link is below this video. And in that, you can find the full PDF, which was written by Penny Slinger. I want to bring you up to the camera, but
It's too sunny, I think. There we go. Oh, there we go. I don't know if that's gonna... What you doing? What you doing?